and they don't want to be hurt, and so I chose to not hurt them,
Well,
right? And
to
that
me,
is a way of, advocating for animals that is like not really a burden for you as well.
yeah, I get you. To me,
Yeah.
I believe that you should. If I became like I started eating like vegan, I'm not gonna preach it. Like I'm just gonna let people see how I am living my lifestyle, and that's why if they want to change it based on if they see that it's like if they like what I do, that's their choice. Like I'm not gonna preach it to them because I'm not a preacher. But also, God, I forgot what I was about to say. Brain fog. God, I hate brain fogs.
No worries.
Go vegan.
Just
No
like
brain fog.
just be an example without like saying it. Like you don't have to. No, I'm not saying it to you. I'm saying it like just in general. Even the religious
Jake.
people,
Hey,
even the
Lewis.
people
Hey,
who
Pia.
find God and find Jesus, whatever, they should walk by example. Like you don't have to preach it to other people. Let them do it on their own. You be a good example. You take care of yourself. If you're an honest person, ethical, good human being, people will like that in you, and they will listen to your advice, or they will follow what you do automatically. You don't even have to like preach it because they're so adamant with your lifestyle. They will follow up to it. Obviously, of course, if they asked me, I will explain it, but I'm not going to you like be like a
Be in
preacher
your
and
you don't want to be in
also
their face, right?
yeah, and I'm not in their face, and also I'm not going to make them feel like they're evil, even though to you, I guess to you guys
Guys.
see that, but I'm not gonna make
Animal
them
Holocaust
feel
isn't evil.
that they're evil,
It's fine.
that they're doing something wrong. I'm just gonna be a good person. I'm gonna be good, like eating good vegan plant-based diet.
What's up, Anik?
And byproduct of my actions and behaviors, people will line up, will
Yeah, that's
like
fine.
that. You know what I
May I
mean?
chime in?
But this
May
is
I
what I
chime in?
notice about.
Roberto, from now on, are you
Wait,
vegan? You are claiming?
wait,
Are,
hold
are you
on.
claiming right now you are vegan from now on because you are
Hold
talking
on,
like you are vegan already?
hold on. You're gonna cut off my train of thought.
You said everything.
Yeah.
God, you forgot about it. That guy completely lost my train of
You
thought.
don't want to
Yeah.
preach to other people, Roberto. You want to live by example.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
think
I know. I noticed that every time I speak to any veganism, which you guys, I get you guys have a heart like most, but like you guys have really good hearts. Like you have good intentions. You're advocating for something good, but like make sure when you're advocating for it, do not make feel the other person that he's doing something bad. That's where they just like completely will shut you down and just or they're not gonna take the advice, or they're not gonna or listen to you guys when you do that. And I noticed that you guys do it a lot here in this veganism, which is honestly
Security code.
it kind of personally bothers me. I'm not gonna like know individuals, but most of them like they go so hard with these terms of these like you guys use difficult terms, like people do not understand it, and you just lose your message, the whole message lost, and you not get close through the people because of you making them feel bad about like eating meat, like you make them feel
Black
bad,
Rose,
like they're
mute
evil,
yourself,
like
please.
oh you can't.
Sorry, Roberto.
That's what I'm saying, like about the preaching stuff. Walk by example and don't be preachy. Be an example. That's it. Just don't. And if you want to advocate for it, make sure you're not gonna make feel people bad about doing the opposite.
Roberto, I've got a question to you. I just walked in, so maybe I'm like totally off the chart here. Let me know if I'm totally off the chart. If you like knew that 1 trillion dogs are being tortured and killed, and everybody, 99% of the world knows about it and pays for it, would you be like, do you think like those dogs would want you to be like satisfied with just like not paying for their torture and slaughter, or do you think like maybe standing up for them is also important?
That was a really long. Can you like summarize it? Make it simple.
Sure. If 1 trillion dogs were tortured and everybody were paying for it, do you think the dogs would want you to just stop paying for it, or also like stand up for them, right? Because they're being tortured and slaughtered, 1 trillion dogs.
You want me to know what the dog? You want me to
Yeah.
put myself in the dog shoe?
Well, you know, like when you like accidentally hurt a dog, they like cry. You know, like killing a dog would be like probably a bad thing. You know, they want to live, right? Like if you like threaten their life or start beating them, they're gonna try to run away or defend themselves. So you know they think about this, right? They know, you know, they're like reacting to aggressive, hurtful, painful, lethal stimuli, right?
Yeah, that's terrible. That's really terrible.
Yeah, so do
honestly,
you think like we should just like stop paying for 1 trillion dogs to be tortured and killed? Or do you think maybe it's like more of a moral imperative to like stand up and ask everybody else to also stop paying for torture and slaughter of dogs?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing, except that it's not dogs, it's cows, pigs, chickens, fish, and etc.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
agree,
yeah. So
yeah.
we're standing up,
If you have
like
the-
just
if you have the
living by
time.
example. Is just like those animals that are sent to slaughter by the trillions per year, right? And just like living by example, eating our like salad bowl, that's nice, right? But we also feel this like moral urgency and imperative to stand up for those trillions of animals per year that are being bred into existence, exploited, and then sent to slaughter, and more often than not, tortured.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That is honestly so lovely. Like I love people like that. People who
Yeah.
have big. I know you guys have big hearts, so I'm all for it.
Yeah, so I'm just like not gonna be satisfied with living by example. I'm gonna stand up and do something about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Glad we're on the same page.
Can I give an example of living by example?
Yeah.
The first 2 years I did that, and people will come to you and they will ask questions. And slowly, bit by bit, you get drawn into becoming an activist
Mm-hmm.
because you'll learn the arguments and you'll know how to respond to people because they will ask questions because it is different from what they know and they are curious.
Mm-hmm. Right. Absolutely right. Yeah.
Anybody else
Wait.
not vegan here?
What happened? Wait, continue. You said that you're gonna say by example.
But
Is
that
it?
was pretty much it. Yeah. You will get drawn into conversations because people will ask you. So just
You
living,
mean like
living
by
your life,
walking by
people will come
example?
to you. They will come to you.
Obviously, if you're doing something different, people will like find it interesting and will ask you questions.
Yeah. Which is an opportunity, always an opportunity to speak up for those without the voice.
Yes, absolutely.
I
Yeah,
didn't go out
yeah,
to my
yeah. I
way
get
to
that. I
do
get that.
this to start with. Now
Guys, I know no prediction today. I just like really wasn't sure I'm gonna go live today. And as you see, I'm late as well. It's just let's deal with it. And I don't know how long I'm gonna stay for. I'm pretty sick, frankly.
And I would say whenever people ask, you should tell them, well, I feel like what is being done to these animals is an injustice, and I decided to stop. And I think other people should
That
decide
would,
to stop as well.
but this is not the real reason why.
So, Kalki, I understand. So, dog is usually a family member. That's like looking at it from the perspective of the person, right? Like from your own perspective. Well, to an action, there are like two sides, right? There is the side that makes the action and the side that receives the action. And so, when we're considering whether we should slaughter and torture animals, we shouldn't just consider the side of the maker, right? Like saying, well, we don't want to harm dogs, we just want to harm chickens. We should look at the other side as well. And what would be the morally relevant difference between a dog and a chicken that makes the chicken deserving of torture and slaughter? Is the question, right?
Let me just finish it.
But
I think the health part is important as well, to demystify like concerns that people may have, like health concerns and stuff like that. But I
Mhm.
think you should also say that
What does that mark look like? What does that mark look like? Do you need to shave the chicken to see the mark? What does that mean? Chicken's marked by destruction. Where does that say in the Bible? Or whatever your flavor of religion is.
Right.
Sorry, guys, that's just gonna
Maybe there's
happen.
other non-vegans that want to talk.
What's my opinion on vertical farming? That it needs to be subsidized instead of the animal agriculture. It is like the setup is expensive. It's not as expensive as opening like an animal farm, right? You need like millions for both. And I think for animal farm, you need more. Because you also need like acres upon acres, whereas as a like vertical farmer, you can just like take over like an empty building, which, you know, this city has them, every city has them. And so, yeah, I think it should be subsidized, like it should be incentivized to open a vertical farm. It's also limited at this moment. You can't grow soy. It can't. It can grow microgreens, it can grow mushrooms, whatever, stuff like that. And so, yeah, but I'm all for it. We should grow food in the cities rather than in the countries.
veganism, I'm searching for plant-based diet, like just being like
More likely food sounds better because dogs are our oldest friends. I don't understand. So what's the morally relevant difference between a chicken and a dog that makes it totally okay to torture and slaughter a chicken for unnecessary food, by the way, right? Like I've been vegan for 10 years, haven't eaten chicken or any other animal product for 10 years. So it's definitely unnecessary. So give me that trait difference, right?
That humans should live without exploiting other animals. It's not a diet, it's not a lifestyle or identity. It addresses the supremacist mindset of the people who are feeling they're entitled to.
Oh, see, that's the yeah. Now I get it. Now I get it. It's not about the lifestyle.
Yeah, no shit. That's why I was talking about fucking torturing dogs, dumbass. Oh my fucking god.
To me, like about the animals,
is the
like
day,
about, like
guys.
making me feel about the animals in general. Like I get it now.
It's
I get
about
it.
the
I'm gonna
animals.
stop talking.
It's about the
Blow your
animals. Like, do you think
mind.
we should respect the rights of animals?
I'm very saucy today. I'm very.
Of course, yeah, of course. Oh my God.
Doesn't that
I'm not
automatically
mincing
imply
words
that you should
today.
be vegan? Because is there any way to respect the rights of animals when you're making a choice to exploit and slaughter them?
Oh my god, I keep getting the same question all the time.
Yeah, but it's a logical question at the end of the day, right? Can you respect somebody's rights if you make the choice to exploit them? And be careful what I'm saying here, like pay attention.
So, G-Man, there are several reasons for which I don't have donations turned on. One of them is that I feel like there are many other activists that might need it more. Working part-time, unpaid, okay, right? I'm surviving. I do have a Buy Me a Coffee link in my description. If somebody really has the money to spend on me and wants to donate to my activism, they can. I just don't want it to be part of, like, it's not mandatory for me because I can survive on the money that I already make.
No
I respect
pressure
it.
behind you, no pressure behind anything. But in our conversation right
Dog would be victims and you can't blame people. Wait, why wouldn't chickens be victims? Why are chickens not victims? What is it about chickens that makes them not a victim of torture and slaughter? I mean, again, you're thinking about yourself and how you grew up, and I'm asking you to think of the other side, of the receiver of the throat-slitting action, right? So you have the throat slitter, you pay for throat slitting with your money, and then there is the throat slittee, the being that has their throat slit with your money, you paying for it. So I'm asking you to think of the chicken and tell me what would be the difference between a dog and a chicken, that a chicken wouldn't be a victim of this throat slitting.
I noticed that Alec, every time I see her, they just want to like make me like an advocate. That's the end goal of like every point. They want to make
No,
me
fucking
like
go vegan first. Jesus Christ.
advocate for
I'm sorry,
veganism.
I'm muted there,
which
don't worry.
realistically, in my lifestyle and the way I live, it's unrealistic. I cannot be advocating for it, and it's just who I am as a person. I'm not a preachy
but
person.
no-
What's up, Chip?
I cannot.
By the way,
preach
nobody's
it.
asking you to advocate. So there's a difference between being a vegan and an animal rights activist. Being a vegan
Literally
means you yourself
every
don't
5 seconds.
participate in it.
Yeah, but
But
that's
being a-
you.
be-
Wait. That's you. That's you. The chap guy. But there's like at least like 5 people here. Every time I talk, like at the end of their point is like that. They want me at the end to be advocate and follow
because they're animal rights activists,
ideology.
not because
But
they're
also,
vegan.
Roberto, sorry, can I
Because
just
they're
correct
animal
you?
rights
Like,
activists. There's a difference. Just 1 second. I want to be clear.
well, I just want to clarify
Veganism
because
means
he's
rejecting
challenging
animal
what we-
exploitation, and being an animal rights activist means you go further and try to ask others to stop exploiting animals. Just to be clear. So we're just asking you to be vegan,
Yeah, I get it.
not an animal rights activist.
I get it, but like I said, I've said this before. By the way, you weren't here, that chip guy. You weren't here, but I've said this before. I said I cannot be an advocate or like preachy because that's not who I am as a person. I let people do what they want to do as long as they're not interfering with me, with my bag, with my money, and they can do what they want. You know, everybody has their freedom.
The
So
deepest brain
but
rot.
whatever, every time I come
That's
here,
okay.
like people just want me like to be advocate for veganism, and which
Stop coming here,
realistically, I'm
then.
not gonna
Ask you
lie.
that.
And so
So
many
can
like
I
you
just
can
jump in
be
quickly, Roberto,
TBN
because I
and
want to let Chip know, because I don't think you're being I think you're being disingenuous, because I don't know about previous conversations, but while we've been here today, the people I've heard you speak to are me, Dista, Val, and VPM also jumped in quickly. Not one person in that list asked you or suggested anything about being an activist or advocating or even compelling you to have conversations. I think Tone might have jumped in briefly as well. No one said anything to you about needing to do that. We just asked questions about the moral positioning and what you value. That's it. No one asked you to say or do anything with anyone. No one even pushed you into the idea that you should or necessarily need to be a vegan. We're just asking you questions about your morality is the vast majority of the conversation.
I still don't trust Chill Slug. I don't trust them.
But the follow-up questions end up to be at the end of the conversation is like we go to the same point, which is you have to at the end, like you have to advocate for it, which I said I'm not gonna
Who
be
the fuck said?
advocating for it
Who the
because
fuck
it's
said that?
I'm not a
Roberto,
preacher.
Can you
Yeah.
tell us the definition of veganism again? Because I already explained that to you. So can you tell us the definition?
The Radicalis vegetarian is in the house as well. That's cool. It's cool she's hanging in
Didn't
here.
I think I've already.
Yeah, because it's really important what you are saying, because veganism is not about being the activist. It's about just being against the exploiting other animals. Stop seeing them as commodities and respecting them. Right?
By the way, what's your name? Sorry, Kalki. Haven't heard from you. What is it about a chicken? What is the difference between a chicken and a dog that would exclude a chicken from being a victim when they have their throat slit? I would appreciate an answer, because I think this is an important conversation, right? We have those preconceptions about, well, dogs can feel all those things. They're part of our family members. We interact with dogs. We know what happens to dogs when they accidentally hurt. We feel for them. We don't feel for chickens. But at the end of the day, what is the difference between those two animals that excludes a chicken from being a victim? Chickens absolutely can play fetch, but why is that? Let's assume, Corn Dude, that chickens can't play fetch. Why is that excluding a chicken from being like a victim when having their throat slit? Why does that mean that we shouldn't morally consider the chicken? Like, babies, tiny babies, also can't play fetch. Should we not consider babies? Wait, babies fry way, way better than dogs? So does that mean the babies are not gonna be victims, Corn Dude? Well, I know you're trolling, right? I'm just asking a question about the victim of our actions, right? So yeah, I'm saying, right? You're saying chickens, they fry better than dogs. Well, I'm telling you, if babies fry, I'm asking you actually, if babies fry better than chickens, is it okay to breed and slaughter babies? Human babies, just to make sure that we understand the hypothetical. I think not, but like, I would love to hear your answer. Babies can't play fetch. Babies can't, they probably fry up pretty well. Soft and shit. Lots of fat. Oh, just take one from the abortion. Well, they're not full-fledged babies yet, right? So, how about you answer my question? If I want to breed, raise them for a little bit, and then slaughter babies for a fry-up, is that a good idea, or is that gonna be like a no? What the one wish for every kid's birthday party in McDonald's? Well, that's how we raise them, but that's not the question, Kalki. Can we try like interacting with my actual question? I'm asking you, please. I'm begging you. I'll stand on my knees if needed. Please think of the victim that is the chicken, right? You're saying, well, the chickens are not going to be victims. Dogs are going to be victims. So tell me, what is the morally relevant difference between a chicken and a dog that makes it okay to slit the throats of the chickens, but not of dogs? What excludes chickens from being a victim? I understand people really enjoy that food. Like kids who grew up eating McDonald's really want McDonald's as well. That's, by the way, very like American-centric or whatever. That's not what happens everywhere. I just like really want to know why aren't you considering the victims of your actions? I agree now, but it takes time for you. You agree now, so are you going vegan today, Kalki? If you agree, surely you should stop victimizing the animals. is the question. And by the way, there is vegan McDonald's. So, there's vegan junk food. Vegan chicken nuggets are like indistinguishable from regular chicken nuggets. So please, all I'm asking, right, for the people who are listening who are not yet vegan, think of both sides of the action, right? You have the side of the action that produces that action, in this case, a slaughterhouse worker with a knife. And then you have the being that receives that action, and that's the chicken having her throat cut, right? So I'm asking, why is it justified to cut the throats off billions of chickens per year for a food that we don't need? It's when you think about the dogs, it becomes incredibly obvious that we should grant rights to dogs, right? Because if you have a dog that is being abused by their caretaker, right? It's very obvious that we should save that dog from the caretaker. Well, people who are human-centric would say, well, the dog is owned and therefore we shouldn't harm them. Well, do you really want to live in a society where a dog without an owner would be totally okay, morally and legally, to torture to death? I don't think so. Therefore, it's very obvious to me that we should grant rights to animals, basic rights, the rights to life, the right to bodily autonomy. Now, if you agree with me on the dog part, you should tell me what the difference is between a dog and a chicken that makes it not okay to kill a dog for unnecessary things, but totally okay to kill a chicken for unnecessary things. Please tell me what the justification is. You don't want to hear my real answers? Just know that I avoid eating meat as much as possible for a couple of years now? Well, why aren't you vegan though, Kalki? I do want to hear your answers. In fact, I think you should come in and talk to me in your voice, right? So this is my Discord server where you can come in and we can have a discussion. You're poor and lazy. Well, I can help you out with that, right? If I helped you out with both poorness and laziness, will you just give you real solutions for both of those? No, thanks. That's okay. I'm just asking, right? Being poor and lazy, does that justify victimizing trillions of animals per year? First of all, the vegan diet is one of the cheapest diets we have on the planet, right? With lazy, you're gonna have to, if you're lazy now, you're not cooking for yourself, you're paying a lot of money for junk food or comfort food. Well, it's gonna be the same when you're vegan. Just pay for vegan junk food and comfort food. It's it's a little bit, I don't know if it's a good justification, you know what I mean, my dude? Have you ever had to put something down? Something, I don't know what you mean. Do you mean this? Like an object? That's illogical. Someone, you mean an animal? A sentient animal? No, I never had to put an animal down. I did grow up with a chicken coop, among other things. And I saw my first slaughter when I was 6 or 7. I don't really remember exactly. But I went vegan when I was 35. I don't know, hope that. Go try and make friends with a cock? The fuck do you mean by that? The fuck do you mean by that? And I don't know why that's justification to slaughter somebody. Would that be a justification to slaughter babies if it was socially acceptable to eat babies instead? Again, guys, think of the victims. You're not thinking of the victims, it seems to me. Yeah, there you go. Jason is also poor and lazy, and yet they're vegan. Holy fuck. Thank you, Jason. You're asking the wrong person because I would just as easily eat nothing. Well, I'm not asking you to eat nothing. I'm asking you to eat plant-based, which is the most ethical diet, and also to not participate in other animal exploitation and slaughter things, right? Like not buying toiletries with animals, animal testing, not going to zoos, not going to circuses, not buying leather, buying plant-based wear instead, right? There's a bunch of stuff in there. Once you start considering the actual animal, the actual victims of our actions, you will understand what to take off your both menu and other roster of stuff that you are buying, right? I had a dog when I was little and never a chicken. Well, chickens are fantastic. Did you know that chickens purr when they feel like safe with you? When they feel safe, the way they just purr like cats do. Chickens are really, really cool, and yet we exploit and slaughter, I think, more than like billions per year. Those fantastic, beautiful animals. And most of them are babies or near babies when we slaughter them. It's unjustified, completely unjustified. Even if you are poor or lazy, within poorness and laziness, you can solve all of those issues, is the point. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, Kalki. I don't know if you understand or not what's going on here. But I'm gonna give you this challenge22.com. And the beautiful thing about them is that they help people to solve this issue within their means, right? And you can sign up and they can help you out, right? They give you all kinds of ideas of how to avoid exploitation and slaughter of animals for unnecessary stuff. Hey, what's up, Len? How you doing? Okay, well.
Cut their throat. Why? Well, because I like the product that comes out of me cutting their throat. Is that okay?
Oh shit, Robert has been muted. Fuck.
No, it's not okay.
Okay. But
You're a
if
psycho.
if they're a pig, it's better.
In what? If what?
If
Vegan?
instead of a dog is a cow, does that make it differently?
No, I don't think so. The cow is also an animal.
Okay. So then when you pay for an animal product that exploits and slaughters a cow, how is that any different?
Oh, Tone, I have no idea why they were muted. No idea. Yeah, check out
I
Veganuary.
didn't kill the cow.
No, but you pay somebody to do it, right? Is that any different?
It is not. It is not my job to kill the cow.
Why are people having like
I didn't
such
kill
a...
the cow. I only.
No, but you pay somebody to do it, right? Why does a cow get killed?
It is not my problem. If
Why
I
does a
didn't,
cow get killed, Mahmoud? Who pays the person to kill the cow?
not me. I just
Not
only
you?
buy. Yes, it is not me who the one who killed the cow. Okay, it is not my
No,
problem.
but you pay somebody to do it, right?
No, I didn't buy for anybody to kill the cow.
Do you buy cow's flesh?
Yes, I bought some cow's flesh.
Okay,
Yes.
does some of that money go towards somebody killing a cow?
If I didn't buy the cow's flesh, somebody else will buy for it.
Why do
Oh, how
people
does that
struggle with
economy
this
work?
concept?
Are you saying that if somebody doesn't buy a product, somebody else will buy that product? Is that really, like, you were talking about economy? Explain to me how this economy works, where if one person doesn't buy a product, another person will. Because then no company has to ever worry about their sales, right? Because if somebody doesn't buy their product, somebody else will.
It is not okay. It is not related to economy. It's related to who killed the cow. Who's
Okay, so
responsible?
Mahmoud, let's
Yeah.
recap. Let's recap, Mahmoud, because you're not tracking. So let's take it one step at a time. You pay for an animal product. Let's say cow's flesh, okay?
Yes. Okay.
Okay. That product gets taken off the shelf. The supermarket says, "Oh no, we have an empty shelf over here. We gotta order more of this product." So what happens? Down the line, it reaches the farmer, and somebody tells the farmer, "You gotta kill a cow because this supermarket needs to refresh their stock." Correct?
Correct. Yes. Yes.
If you didn't buy that product, do you think the supermarket would say, "We need more flesh"?
No. No, not at all. They won't see that.
Yeah, exactly. So you do have a responsibility for the animal being slaughtered, correct?
No, I didn't have the responsibility because if I didn't buy or I will.
DPM, do you want to take over? Because I got to do something real quick.
Yeah, no problem. So, do you know what supply and demand is?
Mendes? I'm sorry, what
Supply,
is Mendes?
supply,
Supply.
and demand.
Yes.
Yeah,
Demand. Yes. Supply and demand law. Yes, I heard about that.
yeah. So supply and demand, I'm just gonna recap for everybody else, right? Supply and demand is when you buy something that incentivizes the producer to produce more, right? So if you go and buy a cup of coffee, that coffee shop is going to buy more coffee, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So if you buy a piece of flesh, that supermarket or that butcher is gonna go buy another piece of flesh. And where does the flesh come from? A slaughter of an animal. So you are demanding with your money for more animals to be slaughtered. That's the point.
But I didn't kill the enemy.
Yeah, well,
The-
nobody
the
says
animal-
nobody says you took a knife and killed the animal. We're just saying you demanded for it to happen, and the people who slaughter animals supplied. They said, "Yes, sir. Yes, Mahmoud, I'm gonna supply you the thing that you demand. No problem." So they go and
But the
slaughter
God-
another animal for you.
But the God said, I created this animal for you to eat from.
Wait, which God?
Allah in the Quran.
Allah said, where did Allah say that those animals were created for you to eat?
Yes. فصلي لربك وانحر. That means pray for the God and behead the animal.
Sorry, where does it say that?
In the Quran.
Where?
I have a lot of
which
evidence.
which surah? Which surah?
Kawthar.
Potentially 1658.
1658. Tone, do you have that? Oh,
And he created the cattle for you in them as warmth and other benefits. But the animals were already created for their own purposes in Quran 638. They were created for their own communities and their own purposes. Humans were given provision to use them if they needed to. It isn't a question of can we, it's a question of should we, Muhammad.
yeah.
Yes, it's like and Surah An-Nahl, okay. النحل surah or the bees surah, okay. It's called والأنعام خلقها لكم فيها دفء ومنافع ومنها تأكلون. Okay, it's something. We create these animals to eat from, to eat these
You
animals.
can. You've missed the point of this, the statement I made. Should we, if we don't need to?
He created
Not can
the
we.
animals for us. Okay, for us to eat
638. They were created for their own communities. You were given permission to use some of them.
some of them. Yes, he created the animals for us.
No, for their own purposes. Quran 638. Give me a second. And there is no creature on earth nor bird that flies with its wings except that they are communities like you. We have not neglected a book in the book a thing until their Lord shall they be gathered. They were created for their own purposes. It clearly states that. You were given permission later on to use some of the animals if you had to. So again, it's not a question of can, should we?
Do you understand the difference between those two questions, Mahmoud? Do you understand the difference between those two questions? I'll give you an
Okay.
example, if that's okay. I'll give you an example.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Give me an
So
example.
I can put my fist and punch a baby. I can. But should I? Is that a good thing to do? Is the question, right? So the Quran gives you permission when you are starving, when you have like an issue, when you must like survive, you can kill an animal. But now in the 21st century, when there are so many other options, the question is, should you do it? And I think the answer is no, and I think it's quite an obvious one, right? Because if you have, I'm going to share my screen and let me know what you think, right? Let me know when you're looking at my screen right there. I'm sharing. Are you looking?
Yes, okay, I'm
Yeah.
looking right now.
Yeah. So the question here is, right, a question that I ask many people. Imagine there are two worlds and you can choose one of them, right? So in world A, we exploit and slaughter animals unnecessarily. We don't need to. In world B, we don't exploit and slaughter animals unnecessarily. Which world do you think is more moral?
Okay, okay, I think the world who has the word from the Allah is more moral.
Well, Allah does say that you should be kind to animals, and if you don't have to kill them, do you think it's kind to kill them when you don't have to?
Allah said, who has forbidden the adornment of God which he has brute force for his servants, and the God thinks of provision, say they are for those who believe in this worldly life, and excessively there on the day of resurrection. Thus we explain the verses for people who understand. That's mean you can't forbidden me from eating meat. Okay.
No, I'm
And if
not.
you
I'm
did
not
that-
trying. Hold on. I'm not trying to forbid anything. I'm just asking you a question. Which world, even according to Allah, is more moral? Were we kind to animals or were we are not kind to animals?
But how do you know he's not kind to animals?
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
getting there. I'm getting there. Thank
Yes.
you for
The best way-
intervening, Roberto.
The best way to me to know if the animal are happy or unhappy by see what did Allah
Yeah.
told us. Okay, if the Allah told
Well,
us, you have
Did
the
Allah
ability
say,
to
hold
kill
on,
it.
Mahmoud, I understand. Allah said you can slaughter animals when you have to, right? I'm just asking, did Allah also say to be kind to animals? Yes? No?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Allah said, yes, you
Yeah.
you must be kind to animal. but
Yeah. Yeah, so the
ability
question
to
is,
kill-
hold on. I understand. Listen, this is not my first conversation, so I totally understand. You don't have to over-explain the stuff, right? So the question is then becomes, is it kind to an animal to kill them when you don't have to? even in a halal way, right? Is it kind to the animal to kill them when you can just let them live?
If Allah give me the permission, that's mean it's a kind thing. Because if it is not a good thing, the Allah will say you don't have the ability to kill the animal.
Sorry, do you think Allah wants you to kill animals when you don't have to?
When I don't have to,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
no.
that's what I'm asking, right? Because like it's the 21st century. We have chickpeas, beans, tofu, rice, fruit, veg, nuts, seeds. We have falafel, we have hummus, we have like all of these fantastic foods that could make you very healthy, very well off, very muscular, even if you want to, right? This to me means, forgive me if I'm wrong, maybe you can tell me what's wrong with my assumption here. This tells me that we don't have to kill animals anymore to survive. We can just eat plants instead. And then the question is, how is it kind to kill an animal when you don't have to? You can just eat something else.
Well, let me tell you something. If it is not kind to kill an animal, the Allah will see this
Bullshit.
in the Quran. Okay? And secondly, okay, some people love to kill animal. And if Allah give them the permission to kill that animal, so I can't tell them you don't have the ability to kill the animal. Even if
No, I'm talking to you. I'm not asking you to tell anything else to anybody. I'm talking about you. What prevents you from stopping killing animals unnecessarily and just eat plants instead?
But I think Allah give me the permission to eat animal.
Yeah.
I don't need
Let me
to
ask you a question. Yeah. I know. The Allah gave you permission, right? But He didn't say you have to, right?
Yes, He didn't say I have
No.
to. I
Yeah,
don't-
there you go. So the question is then, I have permission from my mother to kick a baby, right? Does that make it a good action, right? When I don't have to kick a baby, I can just let the baby hang out, right? I don't have to. I have the permission, but if I don't have to do it, why would I?
But Allah is different from my mother, because if my mother said that she may be wrong or she may be right.
Oh, cool. So
she
let
may
me
be-
ask you a question. And I'm so sorry, I'm cutting you off again, but I'm just like heard this like 10,000 times. So if we tomorrow find the lost hadith scrolls, right? We find the lost Quran or hadith scrolls, doesn't matter, one of those things. And it explicitly says that Muhammad, he came to this like house, right? He like visited this house where there was a baby, and Muhammad kicked that baby and said, "This is a good action, right? We should kick babies because it teaches them a lesson later in life, right?" Would you say then it's like you should be kicking babies?
Yes.
Oh wow, that's crazy. What about the baby? Are you not thinking about the baby? Like the baby is gonna cry? Is it actually like a good idea to hit babies? We have like all this evidence in year 2025 that like hitting children is really psychologically bad idea for them. It makes them violent later in life. It makes them not productive for society. Like, do you consider the baby when you like kicking them?
If the Prophet said that, that's mean kicking a baby is the best way to raise them up, even if the witness said another thing.
That's crazy, man.
I'm sorry,
Are you not thinking for yourself ever?
If the Prophet said anything, I must follow
Thank
him.
you for your answer. So you never think of for yourself ever, you
Can
would like abuse babies if the Prophet said that it's a good idea. Okay, gotcha.
I
Yeah,
wonder
Mahmoud,
about slavery.
Yeah,
if the
that's
Prophet
exactly
said
what I want to know.
if the Prophet said that it's okay to enslave people, no, not that it's okay, that you have to enslave people, would you then be in favor of slavery?
The Prophet has slaves for himself. So I think slavery is a good thing too. Yes, it's a good thing.
So you're
awesome.
okay with human slavery because it says so in Quran?
Yes.
I think we can. I don't
Yeah.
know, Mahmoud,
Yeah,
but
no.
personally,
This is not-
I think we just don't share the same values. I don't just follow what somebody tells me to follow. I use logic and critical thinking. You seem to think that it's better to follow a book that has a chance of being wrong rather than.
Well, that's escalated quickly, so let's address fucking S and SJ and JS again. Let me see, let me scroll up what you've been saying. We can eat plants even though they make food for themselves. First of all, by the way, brother, we can grow plants without animal input. I don't know where you get this bullshit. Like, if you really need shit to grow plants, you can just like use human shit. The details, of course, is what we define as unnecessary. The thing that you can survive and thrive without would be unnecessary. Animals are not necessary to grow vegan food. You can just use green manure. You can use sewage. You like human sewage. You have to like inoculate it anyways, so it's fine. In fact, most of the plant food is grown already without the animal input, so I don't understand. Maybe you mean like bees and shit? We can do that as well. Farmers are just lazy as fuck. More land to grow crops. Oh, that's cool. But the thing is, though, that you are totally wrong. So if we go to diets compared, right? We have like data on this NJS, and I'm pretty sure I already showed this to you. So it seems that you are like not learning while you're going, which means that you're just trolling me, right? So if the entire world went vegan, we would actually reduce the amount of land by 75%. How crazy is that? And we would feed like more people, because this is a prognosis for 2050, I think, if I remember correctly. So we would feed more people on only 25% land that we use already right now for agriculture. Weird. So, you know, and by the way, petrochemical pesticides are less environmentally degrading than the actual manure. Manure produces more greenhouse gases and has more runoff into the water. So I think I have like a link to that as well somewhere in here. Soil is directly created by ruminants. Bullshit. That's bullshit, my man. There is a reason that most farmers prefer synthetic fertilizers these days. They're more environmentally healthy and you don't have to deal with shit. No section in this website for grass-fed beef. There is. There is something in here. Beans, environment of diets. There is somewhere. I did add it in here just for you. US grass-fed beef is a carbon intensive as industrial beef, 10-fold more intensive than common protein dense alternatives. You can read this study if you want, and it shows that there is no difference between a grass-fed and the conventional beef, and both of them are 10-fold more intensive than growing beans and producing tofu and shit like that. So there is a place on this site where you are debunked. Or food grown without soil. You can grow food on soil without using manure. It's fine. Beekeepers also build fancy houses and bees, keep them healthy and safer. Well, they produce them for that. And also, you know, like displace other bees and shit like that. So lots of issues there, like if you're talking about the environment. Of course, nowhere do you think about the actual animals and how animals have their throats slit for unnecessary food, but yeah, human sewage sludge is used as a manure for growing plants. It is. You know, in countries that are not Western, right? But when done properly, why? What do you think is the difference between shit and shit? I don't know. We just like only last week we read a study where they are asking to use sewage sludge for manure. Tell me. Oh, hold on. Tell me how many species do we need before it's not monocrop? Species. Tell me how many species do we need before it's not monocrop? Bro, we talked about this already, right? It's treated as monocrop because it's grasses, right? There are like subspecies of grasses, but it's still grasses, and it's the same shit. They reseed over and over and over again. I mean, if you look at non-monocropping, right? How do they do? Smaller size. They put one crop one year, and then another crop another year, and then a completely different crop. So, for instance, a soy, and then a squash, and then a corn. And then they also let the soil rest on the fourth year or something like that, right? That's a non-monocropic. That's a polycropping type of agriculture. Grasslands are... even though there are like, you can say there are a couple of species of grass in there, right? And by the way, the thing that you provided is like, just like some dude talking about it. So it's the same species, it's just like several subspecies of grass, and they keep putting it over and over and over again. And by the way, Tone is here. Tone used to be a farmer, right? And he says, clover doesn't just put nitrogen into the soil. You have to till it. You have to till it in order for it to like to replenish the nitrogen or whatever the fuck. And farmers who farm animals for slaughter don't do that. So thank you for your input. Oh, you're boring. I'm fucking
From now on,
bored
Roberta, okay?
already.
Please listen to the question. How many more animals should be exploited, abused, and slaughtered for you from now on? Does somebody keep muting Roberto?
No, I'm not.
Oh,
Maybe
So
it's
Roberto,
the
how many
bot
more
bugging out.
animals? Yeah, I guess so. How
I
many more
didn't see
animals
that
should
study.
be exploited, abused, and slaughtered for you from...
Wait, produces more protein per acre than plants? Bullshit. Show me now. Send me an article now that says that a fucking field of grass-fed cows produces more protein per acre than growing beans, for instance. Bullshit. You're full of shit. Full of shit.
I'm so
And-
confused.
and no-
honestly, I'm really
yeah, no-
confused.
notice-
I'm genuinely,
Oh my-
genuinely confused.
Notice
How many
that
more,
What
how
is-
many
what
more animal
is- what
products
is
are
it
you
like
gonna buy,
for me?
Roberto?
I'm
Roberto,
waiting.
how many more animal products are you gonna buy? Is it 0 or more than 0?
Like animal products, like what? Like there's a lot in the market. Like what do you?
Meat,
be
dairy,
specific.
eggs, fish, leather, fur, whatever.
They also require more land. Grass-fed beef especially requires more land. Peas are 60 kilograms per acre. Cows are way bigger than 60 kilograms per acre. Full of shit. Full of shit. Here's a well, let's just go with this paper. What's wrong with this paper? So 10-fold more intensive than common protein as alternative. So growing beans is 10 times less intensive than growing cattle. You're full of shit. You show me a farmer doing it. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Provide papers, dumbass.
So who is part of the population that pays them?
Why the fuck should I trust a farmer?
Like,
Some farmer
society?
says something. They're dumb as
You are
fuck.
part
They're
of
dumb
it.
as
You
You
doornails.
guys see
How
this is the problem
disingenuous
with
do
you.
you have to be? Roberto, how
put it again.
disingenuous do you have to be?
I didn't ignore it. Put it again. I didn't see it. Put it again. Let me see. Did you put anything? No, you didn't put anything.
Those make me want to
So
speak
get
for you.
wrecked.
I mean, it's pretty clear, right? Part of society are individuals, Roberto, and you are an individual like all of us.
Jim, I don't know. I think not exterminate maybe, but like sterilize them to prevent like disease spread, because they spread disease to animals as well. But like most of the mosquitoes are like herbivorous, so if we can like, I don't know, prevent them from being able to reproduce the specific strands that specific species that like bite animals, including humans, in order to reproduce, I'm all for it. Like I would say the same for bed bugs. Bed bugs should probably not exist, just like a negative on everybody. So like I don't know, like I had bed bugs. I wasn't vegan back then, but if I had bed bugs today, I would call an exterminator. So I don't know why we should like keep doing that instead of just like preventing them from existing in the first place.
How much you want to bet he's gonna victimize himself? Yep, he's gonna victimize himself.
Imagine forcing someone into existence of slavery.
I mean, only if you space effects, only if you don't consider the victim of your actions, then you can say such a thing, right? If you're like, oh, I don't give a shit about anybody. And then everything goes dog steak, human steak, right? Ribeye, we have the same parts. You can get a human ribeye, right? Like if you like unilaterally just don't give a shit about the victims of your actions, it's the best. I'm guessing you mean taste-wise, sure.
Because I genuinely think he's either trolling, extremely disingenuous, or something. Because like to say that you have no responsibility in the matter, to claim no responsibility, to say that it doesn't happen because of you, then, you know, that's just, there's something wrong there.
I'm undecided on it. I think mosquitoes are sentient. I think they are as well, but I'm not sure. We just don't have like good evidence for insect sentience like at all. I don't know. It's really fucked up. I'm like, I keep reading stuff about it, just trying to make a decision. Like, I'm just like going on the precautionary principle, right, and try to like interact with insects as little as possible. Yeah, it's so extermination. I would prefer just like, I don't know. With the insects, it's also so fucking hard, isn't it? It's like really, how do you isolate a certain species, a certain subspecies even, right? Because it's only certain animals that do this. They drink blood, infect animals, and like then reproduce based on that blood, right? And yeah, I'm like on the fence, but I think it would be like, just like, nature sucks. We should like, really for real, like save as many animals as possible from nature. And, you know, if we could guide mosquitoes towards not being bloodsuckers, I would prefer that, obviously.
And Some of them, even today,
Joke.
some people
I
think
hope.
that slavery was
Always.
good because they were taken care of or whatever. They have housing and stuff like that. So I
Happy
guess
slaves.
that would imply that then we should keep breeding humans for slavery and keep enslaving them. That is the analogy. Makes no
I
sense.
think they do it to like actually have babies, right? So that's like part of their reproduction, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and like I don't think that justifies us suffering through it, frankly. I don't know if we could feed them some kind of a synthetic blood, that would be preferable. If we could like guide them towards only herbivory, that would be even fucking better, because mosquitoes are fantastic pollinators, right? So they could be like I don't know, I don't want to say beneficial, because that would like be like maybe possibly exploitative, and I don't want to exploit anybody. But like it would be not non-detrimental, let's just say it like that, if we could guide them just towards herbivory in some kind of way. Yeah, mosquitoes are pollinators. Fucking Google it, bro. You want me to Google it for you? Mosquitoes are pollinators. One of the biggest ones, by the way. Bees are not the only pollinators, man.
Really. It's haram to grade them. It's haram to killing their newborn babies. It's haram to kidnapping their children. What are you talking about?
It still does not promote veganism.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you cannot kill their babies.
Yes,
but you can
mosquitoes
kill,
are pollinators.
You can make a sacrifice of an adult camel,
Get wrecked.
or like a cow, or a calf. Sorry,
if it's-
like a goat.
If it's unnecessary, you shouldn't.
Space FX, you wanna come and have a discussion about, give me like a tell me how taste pleasure justifies certain actions? You wanna come and have a discussion with me in a voice chat? You're welcome to join my Discord server. We can have a discussion about what actions are justified by what pleasantries, right?
Go to hell.
Do you know?
Whether you're gonna go.
Do you
to
know the
hell or
specific
heaven.
ayah that talks about? Sorry to interrupt you. Do you know the specific ayah that talks about the commandment, the sacrifice? Because we were talking about this earlier, and I found the ayah. I don't think there's an explicit ayah that says kill an animal for this. I know if you're capable, you should obviously do something and give to the poor. I don't think it explicitly says that it has to be this. I think it's just traditionally in the. Tell me if I'm wrong.
No, there is an ayah explicitly saying it.
Yeah, do you remember? Can you pull up the one?
Yeah, I pulled many ayahs, but like it seems they have been ignored. 1 second.
Do you, yeah, because I looked for this and I couldn't find something that explicitly said.
And the sacrificial camels
Allah
and cattle, we have made
ذبحوا.
them for you as symbols of Allah, so eat from them. Yani, how would you eat from them then? how would you sacrifice
course, but
from them
that's-
then eat them? Like, please.
See,
like,
that's different from.
Like, I accept like honest discord. Like, to be honest, the start of this discussion was like more friendly, more honest, with the presence of the guy, the sexy vegan, and with Val. But like since the new guys came, that chip guy and VPM live, they started lying. Like they were just like very vindictive for no reason towards Roberto.
Wait,
like
what?
Doing ad hominem attacks. Yes.
What?
Like
What
that
was the
chip
ad
guy was
hominem?
like, oh, this is.
What was the ad hominem?
That chip guy was like, oh, but this is a. What did he say? He said this is an animal advocacy chat.
Yep.
And what did he say?
In what way is that ad hominem?
Muted.
In what way is that ad hominem?
He's attacking Roberto. He was like, oh, so basically.
Wait, in what way? In what way is that an attack or an ad hominem to say this is a animal activism channel and we're gonna mute you to have a discussion with other people. In what way is that an ad hominem attack? Roberto was presented all the arguments. Roberto was talked to for many hours, I'm understanding now. Even before I came in.
Understanding, but you don't know for
Yeah.
sure.
I've know for sure that
like,
I know for sure. Green, you haven't been here that entire time. I'm here for an hour and 10 minutes.
Okay,
right?
you don't have to lie. Like Val is here, Roberto is here, the sexy vegan was here. Like I was talking to these guys before this
What's
chat
the
was
point
even
that you're
like
trying
up.
to make? Green, what's the point that you're trying to make?
Okay. I'm just saying.
What's the point that you're trying to make?
Okay, calm down, that clip guy.
I'm very calm.
And JS, you can't put links into a YouTube. They're gonna block you. Just put them in the Discord server. You're already in there.
Questions.
Okay.
He dodged please let me finish. He dodged every single question that I answered him. Please let me finish. I dodged every question that I asked him.
You don't get to interrupt me. Now they're gonna mute me.
Unfortunately, you're going to have to let me finish. He dodged every question that I had that he had for me. Okay, sorry, that I had for him. He dodged every question. This is what happens when you interrupt me. This whole fucking thing takes way longer than it needs to. So I dodged every question. He dodged every question that I had for him. He dodged every single question. And in the end, when I asked him about his responsibility, he was playing stupid. So I just plainly said, I'm no longer interested in this conversation because he is either A, stupid, B, disingenuous, or C, a troll. He is one of those three.
Let's go.
Okay? Based on how he's behaving. That's it.
Let's go.
You are now unmuted and you are free to complain about whatever you want.
Oh, White Oak.
I'm not complaining, but I like how you guys tried to mute me the same way you
White
muted Roberta,
Oak
then unmuted me to make it
pastures.
seem that you are fair.
This isn't a channel about discussing why we mute people. This is a channel where we discuss animal rights. So, Green, if you want to discuss animal rights, you're open to discuss animal rights. Can you please stop complaining and discuss animal rites?
Bro, you know what scientific evidence is? Do you know what scientific evidence is? White Oak pastures. Oh no. Oh brother. Oh sweetie. That's okay.
Typed in the chat right now calling me mentally challenged. What is that supposed to be?
That's okay.
That is
you were complaining, so it's a fact that I'm mentally challenged. What exactly makes it? What exactly?
What makes it more right than this actual scientific paper made by actual scientists? I'm waiting. What does make it more right than this paper that contradicts it, made by actual fucking scientists? We're gonna listen to the drama though.
Complaining about muting Roberta, like every 10 seconds, the same way you muted me while you were the one who interrupted me.
Green, please stop. Stop about complaining about this thing, okay? We let him talk for a long time, and
there absolutely are
he's
contradiction.
dishonest, okay? So
US grass-fed beef is as carbon intensive as industrial beef. They're in contradiction.
I explained. He was dodging every single question. I'm no longer Green. You either want to discuss animal rights or we're moving on from you. What's your choice?
Why are we talking about with Green at all? Is it like, are you brand new on Discord or something? Right, every room on Discord, every channel on Discord is moderated, and there is a reason for it. So if you don't like that, you're just welcome to leave.
I'm like really interested where this conversation is gonna lead. It's like, okay, if you guys wanna like discuss.
It's done, yeah.
Green, I would like to ask you some question to understand something. Like, do you okay to bestiality? Like, you are okay with it, or?
Yeah. So industry as a whole, right? That's how it works, right? If you look at let's go for, I think it's here, hierarchy of evidence, right? And you have like right? Yours is this case report, opinion, paper, and letter. That's the weakest evidence we have. This paper that examined the entire industry, or like a selective part of the industry, at least like a representative part of the industry, is here, randomized, it's closer here, like cohort study, right? Because they looked at more than one fucking place. You know what White Oaks farmer said after this paper was like very heavily criticized by actual scientists? Scientists said, your model, even if true, you can't feed the entire world population on that. And he said, I didn't know I'm supposed to feed the entire world population. This person feeds 100 people, maybe 100 people that also eat plants, right? And the claims that he makes, he can't make those claims. He's just like full of shit. This paper was, this not a paper, this fucking blog article or whatever, was fully debunked. And so we go to a more relevant evidence, which is cohort studies, and that's what this more correlates to. So White Oaks paper not only was debunked, not only can it not be come on, I'm not smart enough, debunk it, bro. But other people who are like actual scientists have debunked it. And you peddling it here, it's just like, it's you advocating for world starvation, basically. You advocating for world starvation. Because in order to extrapolate, even if true, even if not debunked, in order to extrapolate the White Oak pastures model to the entire world population, you would need to kill 2/3 of people. So, thank you very much for your contribution. I'll just go with this and eat beans instead.
Okay, like they are slaves because they're in my possession, right?
White Oaks, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
bro.
because they're your property.
Yes, you are
Yeah,
seeing
And,
them
and
as
because you
commodity
treat them
and
like
you're-
property. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So you are enslaving them, and you are completely okay with it, right? So would you like to trade the place with your victims, with these animals? If it's completely
my
fine for
victims?
you. Yeah.
What victims?
If it's completely fine for you to enslave an animal, would you like to trade the places with them?
I don't think they can enslave me. I don't think they can like
Bro, answer the
keep
fucking
me in a
question.
confined space.
Yeah. They can. They cannot, and also they don't want it. Also, they did nothing wrong. But it's different.
Yeah, how
topic.
do you know
Let's
that?
imagine. No.
How do you know
Green,
that they don't
listen.
want it?
Yeah, Green, listen. For example, there is a guy who is stronger than you, who is smarter than you, and he claims that my religion is completely fine with enslaving you and slitting your throat. So I'm going to enslave you, I'm going to rape you, I'm going to kidnap your children, and also I'm going to kill
Okay,
your
like
male baby
why do you have
chickens.
to bring the
So
grape
will you-
part? Like
will you-
when
will
did
you
that
accept this
happen?
thing? Will you accept this thing?
Accept what?
Accept this
being
thing if somebody is smarter and stronger than you and enslaves you and does this thing.
Yeah, but like that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. Would you accept an alien to come from outer space and like enslave you and put you in a farm?
Of course,
No, we
are
would find that
against-
immoral.
Yes, we are against that, right? That's why we are talking, and that's why we are trying to make the analogy to you, understand you. It's not okay to enslave an animal.
Yeah, guys,
Right.
hit like.
I mean, to be honest, if that is
That's a problem with you and
I don't mind
NGS.
enslave.
That's not a human issue, that's a you issue, because I've been vegan for 10 years and I don't fucking fart when I eat beans, Jesus Christ.
Like I was convinced with many of the arguments.
I mean, I'm not non-human. I do fart like once or twice a day, but it's just like, it's you eating too little fiber, basically. So yeah, you fucked your body. So now what you have to do, NJS, in order to like fix this, is just like eat a little bit of beans every single day and then increase the amount that you eat, and then you're not gonna fart from it.
What is wrong
Okay, don't
with
interrupt
you?
me.
Man,
Okay.
no, like, why you are playing?
Here is the thing, NGS, right? This is interesting to discuss as like a side note, as like a, oh my God, what's happening to the environment and shit like that. But I've already produced evidence for you that, where is it? Hold on. Did I open it here? Yeah, already produced evidence for you that your environmental claims are full of shit. They cannot feed the entire world population. And you selectively choose a thing that is not even a fucking study. It wasn't done well, right? It wasn't done scientifically. And it was debunked many, many times by the actual scientists, right? You presented that thing that requires like depopulating humans as the thing for why you continue to exploit and slaughter sentient animals, where you can just like, it's absolutely fucking the clearest in the world that we should grant us rights to animals, right? When I put it in a dog scenario, everybody understands why we should grant rights to animals. It shouldn't be okay and totally normal to kick a stray dog to death, right? So the dog should have the right to not be kicked to death, right? We understand it. We understand it in the animals that we love, but we don't understand it in the animals that we breed, torture, exploit, and slaughter. And we make all of these attempts to like say, well, the vegan diet is gonna be more environmentally degrading. It's fucking not, no matter how you look at it. Even if you look at the worst diet, like almonds, avocados, and I don't know what else is intensive. I don't know, tofu, just eating those three things would be still environmentally friendlier than eating fruit, veggie, and some beef, right? Especially grass-fed fucking beef, right? And just because it requires more pasture, like on the whole, right? So you can make all kinds of claims. You can say, oh, leather is more environmentally friendly. It's fucking not, right? All of those things are to support exploitation and slaughter of animals when it's absolutely the clearest that we should give rights to animals. We should provide basic rights to animals, non-exploitation, non-slaughter specifically as fast as possible. We understand it in the dog scenario, even though dogs are like exploited and slaughtered en masse as well, right? But people like feel certain feelings about it. And we should give that to other animals, sentient animals as well, because there is no morally relevant difference between those two animals. The only difference is that you like how their flesh tastes. So stop thinking about your taste pleasure and think of the environment, think of the animals, think of the humanity. I mean, it's killing the entire fucking planet to continue to exploit and slaughter. I even don't give a shit about animals. Even if you're one of those psychopaths and say it's okay to kick dogs to death, and therefore it's okay to slaughter cows and chickens and pigs as well, right? Even if you bite that fucking bullet, think of humanity. How detrimental animal agriculture is to humanity. Think of that and stop being selfish, and trying to provide justification, silly justification, wrong justification for your taste pleasure. Jesus.
That farm. So how many cows are there?
Okay, but if there's like 7 cows or 10 cows, how would you know if that is natural or not natural?
Well, if you tell me how many cows there are, if you tell me how many cows there are, we can go further from it. But I can't explain to you exactly what it is once you tell me exactly how many cows there are.
Okay, first of all, you can't, because you don't know how much of them gets eaten.
How many cows are there?
Okay, you don't know how much of them gets eaten. You don't know how many
also
cows
some of them
are.
do get killed. Okay.
Yes.
Is it moral to kill sentient beings for optional products?
For optional product?
Yeah, do you think we need to consume animal products?
Yeah, I think I need to consume animal products.
Okay, so if I show you evidence that you don't need to consume animal products, would you change your mind on this fact?
And if I show you evidence that I cannot survive without animal products, would you change your fact?
Yes,
Your
show me
fake fact?
evidence that if the evidence is empirical and if the evidence is higher in the pyramid of evidence than what I'm providing, then yes, I will trust you and I will believe you. So please show me that evidence.
Okay. You have to factor in, I have talked to Val, I have talked to Sexy Fish, and the first thing I have discussed with them is the terrain which I live in. I live in Jabal Al-Akhdar. I
thought you were going to provide evidence.
Irrigation.
I thought you were going to provide evidence, not tell me a story. Can you provide evidence?
I am providing you evidence, but like you want the evidence to be in a form factor that you want.
Yep.
Okay, Green. Wait, look, let's separate two things so that you can understand my question easier. So you have two things. One, can you be healthy on a plant-based diet? And two, do you have the availability to adopt a plant-based diet? Okay. So I understand what you're questioning right now is that you don't have the availability to adopt a plant-based diet.
Yeah,
and we can go into that a little bit later. But the question is, can you yourself be healthy on a plant-based diet, Green?
To be honest, I cannot make that claim because I'm not well versed about plant-based diets. I know that you can get most of your nutrients from plants. I know that plants also have protein. But I know for sure
what
that
nutrients do you think you can't get from a plant-based diet? What nutrients do you think you would be missing a plant-based diet?
I have no idea. Okay, like, but I know for sure that I cannot live on a plant-based diet given my current situation. Which is
okay, wait. Wait a minute. No. Green, we're not going to move on to availability. We're not going to move on to availability. So, Green, we have to establish. So, theoretically, Green, if you had the availability of plant-based products that would give you all the nutrients that you require, would you then say that you can be healthy on a plant-based diet?
If I see the evidence, but like, okay.
Thank you. Okay, well, let's crush this all right now. We're not going to move on until we stop with this. No, we're not going to move on until we stop with this, okay? So I'm going to place evidence for you right now, and then we can move on. We're going to take it one step at a time. It's pretty simple, and it's pretty fair towards me and yourself, right? So, Green, your claim is that we cannot be healthy on a plant-based diet. Here, I just provided evidence of the health outcomes that we can be healthy on a plant-based diet, and it's a systemic review. Can you please provide me with stronger evidence against it, or make the claim that you can be healthy on a plant-based diet, one or the other?
Okay, first of all, I'm gonna say the statement that I was trying to make. Okay, you do not just give me two options and then we move on from the options you have provided. You're trying to guide the conversation to a point where you're like, you make a gotcha moment and you make clips from it.
Not at all. I'm not even filming, bro. But it's interesting that you're so scared about you being caught in a gotcha because you know that you might get caught in a gotcha. So we're pretty clearly right now at a point, and I'm trying to listen. I'm trying to do you. No, Green. I'm trying very clearly. I'm trying to be respectful towards your conversation, and I'm taking it every single point at a time. Okay, and we're not finishing until we finish every single point. So your claim right now is that you cannot be healthy on a plant-based diet. I provided in the chat empirical evidence that you can be healthy on a plant-based diet. Okay, so Green, then you're accepting that you can be healthy on a plant-based diet.
I have a question.
Green, it's pretty clear. We're not gonna move on. Can you or can you not be healthy on a plant-based diet?
You do not get.
Green, it's pretty simple. Can you? Green, I'm going to mute you. It's pretty simple. Can you or can you not be healthy on a plant-based diet? I really am trying to have a good and decent conversation with you, and you're making it difficult. So we're not going to move on until you admit whether you can or cannot be healthy on a plant-based diet.
Can I ask one?
I think the bot is acting up and you were muted, but no, you cannot ask another question. The claim is clearly, can you or can you not be healthy on a plant-based diet?
I never made any claims.
Okay, but can you? I'm asking you a question. Can you be healthy on a plant-based diet, or can you not be healthy on a plant-based diet?
Do not interrupt me. I don't know why you're scared, okay?
So, Green, I'm asking you yet again the question, and I will keep muting you until you answer it. Can you be healthy, or can you not be healthy on a plant-based diet? Which is it? There's two options.
I cannot agree with any option.
Okay, so you think there's a middle ground where you
no, it's not about a middle ground. You're giving me
okay.
like
So can you be
like a
healthy or
fake
can you not be
dilemma.
healthy on a plant-based
You're
diet?
giving me
Green?
a fake dilemma. You're like, okay, you have
Yeah,
option
sure.
A or B. Okay.
Yeah.
You're giving
What
me
other
option
option
A
is
or
there?
B.
What other
Okay,
option is there, Green?
Do not interrupt
What
me.
other
Let me
option is
speak.
there?
Why are you scared?
Green. So the question at hand is, can you be healthy on a plant-based diet? Okay. That is the question at hand. Can you be healthy on a plant-based diet? You're claiming
what's the evidence
it's
for
neither
that?
a yes.
What's the evidence for that, corn dude? What's the evidence for that?
Khaled, I don't think that's gonna go well for you by you behaving that way. So Green, the question was pretty clear. Can you be healthy on a plant-based diet? It's a either yes or no. You're claiming
It is a monocrop for all intents and purposes. It's subspecies of the same species of crop.
we're talking about availability once we
And the most important thing why monocropping is problematic is they keep receding. They never let it fucking rest. They only let the grass grow out and then they recede it.
So the
I'm
question,
asking you to
Same
say,
shit.
can you be healthy on a plant-based diet? Yes, no, or otherwise, tell me otherwise.
No, wildflowers are not monocrops because wildflowers are not fucking seeded.
that I can or can't be.
So, corn dude, what's the evidence for the claim? Just to remind you, animals also need to eat. They eat something. If they can raise animals that eat 10 times more food per kilogram of food that can be produced, right? That's a simple shit. That's just fucking trophic levels. Trophic levels where it's been a while since I used the my site. It's been a while. Can you guys see trophic levels somewhere? There you go, trophic levels. It's very simple, right? You have 10,000 calories from plants.
I
If
guess
an animal
I'm about to
consumes
get
them,
muted again.
it becomes 1,000 calories. So it's 10 times more expensive, calorie expensive, to feed animals and then slaughter them and eat them than it is to eat plants directly. You are throwing away 9,000 calories, and you think deserts are more likely to like survive, like people who live in the desert are more likely to survive on fucking animal food than they are on plants. Are you kidding me?
Evidence for it. And if you're saying anything else, please don't talk about availability because that will be later discussed, okay? So, can you be healthy on a plant-based diet?
Yes. The answer
I
is
answered
yes.
this question before. I said,
Please answer it again.
I said,
Plants eat nutrition from the soil. Yeah, I don't know what your point is. So the trophic levels are like you can add something in here, right? And say, well, plant nutrition, whatever that is, right? And then you say, well, you take that nutrition, you turn that into 10,000 calories, and then you feed that to animals and throw away 9,000 calories. Do you know why animals waste calories? Because they're living sentient organisms, they move around. I burn like, I don't know, 500 to 800 calories by sitting on a couch and watching TV, right? Thinking that animals don't do that is crazy. That's why they lock animals in small cages when they try and like when the NSJ's preferred animal carcass, grass-fed animals, right? When they're finished, whether on grain or grass, they are locked in a pen so that they get fatter, so that they don't walk around as much, so that they don't waste calories. Whether they're grass-finished or grain-finished, they're locked up for 3 to 5 months at the end of their life so that they don't waste as many calories. But they still waste calories because they're fucking sentient animals. Like, the liver function burns calories. Muscle function burns calories. Ooh.
okay, will you give me a chance to
Yes, they fucking are. Yes, they are. Grass finished are locked in a barn.
I will answer your question, but I
Just
do not
shows
want
me
to be
how
interrupted.
little you know, dumbass.
I mean,
Only
okay,
and only if you
okay,
answer my
let's make
question. I
this-
will
let's make
interrupt
this
you if you're not
professional.
answering my question.
I'm answering your question, but I want
Ooh.
I want 1 minute uninterrupted, if that is possible.
No.
Oof.
So Green, I will ask you yet again. If I provide you with evidence, top of the line pyramid of evidence, or
You
like
could
the
say
largest
you're gonna
organization
provide
of
me.
nutritionists and dietitians on the planet saying that you can be healthy on a plant-based diet, what more do you need to see, or does that suffice in your belief whether you can or cannot be healthy on a plant-based diet?
Maybe I should open
Okay.
Twitch like that.
I could
So-
find research that makes
And I will
claims
mute it.
that is top of the line research. I could make claims that it is
Okay,
top of
please
the
do
line
that.
research.
Please.
Okay.
Yeah, please,
Okay.
please show me that evidence. Yeah.
Let me continue.
No. Until you provide that evidence, we can no longer
Oh, that's
continue
okay.
with you, Green.
That's
We can clearly disagree. I already provided you with some evidence. It's no longer interested. I'm no longer interested in continuing a conversation with somebody who's so disingenuous. So, Green, are you going to provide evidence that goes against the contrary of saying that you cannot be healthy on a plant-based diet?
You're so scared. You're so scared.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't even mute you this time. Somebody else did. But I'm no longer interested in having a conversation with Green. If somebody else wants to have a conversation with Green, I'm done.
No, why would we?
I think he's had enough time today.
I'm sorry for muting you, Green. I do not like muting people. I really enjoy productive conversations. However, this is not the way. You need to answer questions because we need to get to a point. We cannot get to your point of view. We cannot get to your questions and everything that you're trying to say because what you're trying to say will not get us to the point that we're trying to explain to you, okay? We're trying to explain to you something and you cannot understand that. And if you continue down this path, it's just going to make conversations impossible. So that's just all I wanted to say. I apologize for muting you so much, but it's just impossible to have a conversation with you.
I mean, if no one else is here, like there's no like non-vegans who want to ask, I'm very happy to talk to group. I do want them like unmuted for.
NJS, will anything change your mind ever? Because you're talking shit, right? You are making your assumptions based on this study, which is like not a study, right? This presentation pulled out of thin air, right? Which has been debunked many times. The question is, will you change your mind if presented with counter evidence to this study? No, I would like for cows to not be bred and enslaved and slaughtered in the first place. Why I'm entertaining your little grass-fed, grass-finished bullshit, I don't even fucking know. I'm entertaining it for now. It's clear that you don't know what you're talking about. You don't even know that even grass-finished animals are put in a barn for the last months of their lives. Because otherwise, the meat is going to taste like absolute dirt. It's a known fact that when you let an animal roam as much as she wants, the meat is not tasty. That's why grass-fed, grass-finished already tastes like absolute fucking dirt unless you put huge amounts of factory-farmed butter on it. Majority of cows do eggs. Doesn't matter. I'm asking. Female cows aren't eaten. Are you out of your goddamn fucking mind? What the fuck are you saying? Female cows are not eaten? The beef industry, right? It's about 40% mothers, right? Those mothers are most likely artificially inseminated. They're impregnated. And then they have a baby. They have a baby, either a male or a female. The males are castrated, the females are not, because it's not needed. They're not gonna, reproduce. right? And then all of them are slaughtered after 1.9 or 2.2 years of their life. This is where it shows how fucking unreasonably stupid you are, NJS. You think female cows are not eaten. You're as dumb as doornails. But, you know, keep commenting because that's good for the, I don't know, maybe YouTube thinks that it's good for the, like, exposure, whatever. So I appreciate you being here. What the fuck is the evidence for that? But this also means that you accept now that female cows are eaten, in fact. Thank you. They live 10 years. Are you a fucking child? Are you a fucking child? You know nothing. They live 10 years. Are you insane? You think animals are fed for 10 years for then getting 500 kilograms of food out of? Are you insane? That fucking ribeye steak that Corn keeps talking about would cost $200, if not more. Just like to buy raw. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Why is that so bad? They didn't advance fast enough. Now they've become a resource. That same thing happens to people. You think, what do you mean by same thing happens to people? You think we farm people as... I'm not sure what you mean by that. Well, it's so bad, right? Just to answer your first question, is because they are sentient beings, not dissimilar to dogs. And it's pretty clear to all of us, I hope, here, that when you slaughter a dog for unnecessary food, that's a bad thing for the dog, right? We're talking about the animals themselves. Well, what would be the morally relevant difference between a human and a dog? Or, sorry, the cow and a dog that would make it not bad for a cow, but bad for a dog? Gosh, I hope you don't come back with, oh, it's totally okay to slaughter dogs for my taste pleasure. And yes, it's really clear to me that you're stupid as a doornail, so I'm just gonna start ignoring you. Thank you for your contribution to the vibe, though. I appreciate that. Does it really matter? Well, the question is, Corn Dude, if I came up to you today and killed you, would you say that matters? What's up, Cheeky? You're here to troll me again? Cool. Appreciate it. I will have 2 trolls to ignore now. So it's okay for me to kill you? Because later, after that, you'd be dead and you won't be feeling anything. So it's totally justified for me to come and kill you. Well, it's just like, Corn Dude, first of all, suicidal position, right? You say it doesn't matter if you're killed. It doesn't matter. I think that's unjustified. I think people really, really want to live. I really want to live. I don't want to be killed, even if it's painlessly or whatever kind of fantasy some of people live in. They think that it's painless to shoot an animal in the head or to cut their throat or to electrocute them or to gas them in a gas chamber. But even if you go for the fantasy and you kill them absolutely painlessly, you think nothing bad happens when you're killed. You think it's totally fine. That's just like an unreal position to me. That's like an immoral position. I just like, I think because people want to live the way I do, I don't want to be killed. I want to continue living, right? Because life is fantastic, even when it's hard, even when it's painful. Life is fantastic. And I don't want to lose my life. I'm kind of assuming, seems like wrongly, Corn Dude, that other people also don't want to lose their lives. And that's what makes it immoral to take a life away. Well, animals very clearly fight for their lives. They don't want to lose their lives either. And that's because they're sentient. Once you have sentience, except for several human animals who are suicidal sometimes, an animal just like wants to continue living, and they literally do anything to continue living. They'll chew off their own fucking bone just to continue living. So that's why it matters. It matters to the animal, and therefore it's wrong, right? What is the vegan position of owning pets? Well, we don't call it ownership, we call it companionship. So if you adopt an animal from a shelter or something like that, and you give them a fantastic life as if they were part of your family, right? That's a good thing. That's a virtuous thing to do, right? Ownership kind of puts them, at least, you know, like the way we discuss it legally, and sometimes, quite often, discuss it like morally. Ownership is like slavery, man, right? And so adopting an animal to give them a good life, to provide everything for their best interest, is a virtuous thing to do. Taking an animal because you want them as an ornament, the way Hasan Paika does, that's a shitty thing to do. Hasan Paika is a owner, slave owner, and vegans wouldn't do that. They would just like take care of animals as part of their family. Yes, absolutely. It's okay to keep your cat. At some point, if you become vegan, you should probably consider giving them a plant-based food. It's hard to find a well-formulated plant-based cat food. If just look for something that has like enough taurine, enough acidity, stuff like that. Something that may be science-based, if you can find a study for that specific food. But plant-based cats exist. It's fine. Regular conventional cat food is, as is, 60 to 80% plants, right? Yeah, there is vegan cat food. There is. I think, what is it, Benevo and Omni, maybe? Or am I thinking of Benevo cat food? Am I thinking of... let me see, vegan cat food. Some of them are good, some of them are not as good, but vegan cat food, let's see. Hypoallergenic, Benevo, vegan duo food, cat and dog, hypoallergenic, wheat-free, non-GM, blah, blah, blah. So that's Benevo. There are also others. What was the name of that thing that Vegan Gains was promoting that was like really science-based, really cool? There is Whiskas. That doesn't seem like it's vegan. But there is. Or another thing that you can do is go vegan for your cat, right? So find a meat-based restaurant in your area and just like bring them like a little box and tell them, listen, if you have leftovers of meat or whatever, just put them in a box for my cat. And then you can feed them some like vegan cat food and then like supplement them with meat food that doesn't increase rights violations. You know, it just doesn't create new slaughter. It's just like would have gone to the bin anyways, and you saved it and you gave it to your cat. You can do that kind of stuff. I don't know. I don't take care of animals. I don't have. Oh, cool. I appreciate that. Thank you, Hate. All right, let's continue listening.
Industry.
It's also
which involves you have one hand.
Cows normally get
Yeah.
pregnant, right?
Wait. It's not even
They
about
do.
hold on. It's not even about artificial
yeah,
insemination.
go on.
It's just about like literally finding a way
Yeah.
for a female to be inseminated, finding a reason for her to be pregnant, so you can actually benefit out of her pregnancy for your desires. It's nothing to do with the animal. It doesn't fucking matter if it's artificially inseminated or not. It's just trying to find a way to exploit that vagina for you.
Yeah, you might have
Nothing.
different perspective. Yeah,
No, it is like
but
that.
it's
No,
like
no,
that
no.
too.
It is
Yeah.
like that. It is like, it's not a perspective. It is like that. Because I will simply ask you, tell me an industry which doesn't exploit female.
HJS, you are out of your goddamn mind. They don't need that many cow mothers replacements, right? 50-50, 50% are born female, 50% are born male. Some of them will replace some of the mothers, but a lot of female cows are actually slaughtered. You don't know what you're talking about. Thank you for sending me a message in my Discord server, though.
To make more babies.
Jesus.
Tell me animal
Dumbass.
agriculture which doesn't exploit
Oh
any
my
animal
fucking
genitalia.
god. Even
Mm,
fucking
I don't know.
ChatGPT would answer this
There is none.
question really quickly.
The answer is
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
That's why I
Every
said there has to be restraint. Yeah, that's why there has to be
But
regulations.
what you're saying, the
Let's just, like,
restraint,
look
what
it
you're
up
saying
for a
is
sec.
animal farming shouldn't be allowed because animal farming relies on exploiting the female vaginas. It relies on it.
Mm.
It has to do it. It has to.
So there should be government some kind of ruling to do, not to.
Yes.
I mean, you saying there has to, but they're the normal people. They produce, right? The cows. There
Normal
were
people,
no exploitation before,
normal
so they
people.
did
There was
reproduce still.
wait, there was also exploitation before. What are you talking about?
Not
There
as
you
much
go.
as
What I
now. I
said.
think, yeah.
Just because there was little exploitation.
Right? So some of them replace the mothers, right? For the kept to be mothers, 40% of the beef cattle population are mothers. Especially heifers, blah blah blah. Shit. Many are eventually slaughtered when they are no longer productive and are culled from the herd. That's the mothers. But also, like, female beef cattle are sent to slaughter. I don't know where you got this stupid idea. Damn.
I shouldn't be on stress. You get what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
maybe we should just leave the animals alone. Do you
Yeah,
think that's
there
a
you
good
go.
idea? Do?
Okay.
You have a great idea, my friend. I was just saying, when the cow is pregnant, you might take some milk if you want. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
Ooh.
the baby can
And if you
just
do not like that, you get almond milk, man. Like, it's easy.
Well,
Yeah, if you can definitely know which animals are not sentient, yeah, you can eat them. There are question marks about oysters. I would say, like, there are animals that don't have question marks around them, like sea sponges. That's literally a plant with animal cells. So if you want to start eating sea sponges instead of eating cows, I'm all for it. Go for it.
I told you there has to be regulations for this kind of thing. Now they do
gonna
like
close
they
that
farm
stupid
at a
Holy
large
fuck.
scale, and you saying there shouldn't be any farming, bro.
Yeah, enjoy your jellyfish, 100%. Holy shit.
to continue doing what they're
We
doing.
pay. We
Amazing.
pay.
Are you going to continue paying for it?
I mean, even if, like, we have, like, definitive proof that oysters are not sentient, it doesn't seem likely that they are, frankly, right? There's, like, absolutely nothing in there to be sentient. You eating, like, a muscle, a heart, a colon, and a rectum. I can live without, but if that's your jam, go for it.
Okay, so don't ever pay for anything from animal farms, okay?
Well, no, once you have a sentient animal, SpaceX, right? It's not okay to slaughter them for unnecessary stuff, right? Replace that animal with a human baby. Like, if I remove the brain from a human baby, is that, like, a good action? You're just, like, replacing the action of slaughter with another immoral action of removing a brain from a sentient animal. I don't even know how you would do that without killing that animal. And how that would be, like, I don't know, even according to a welfare stand, be in any way like compassionate or benevolent or in any kind of way like better for the animals, just like to remove their brain. How would you fucking even do that, right? So it's just a matter of like, just, okay, if you want to eat the non-sentient animals, the jellyfish, go for it. But you could just eat plants instead. You could do that. That's what we're trying to do with lab-grown meat, right? Try to grow specific cells that we like to eat anyways, right? Like the humanity. I don't know if I would be excited about putting that in my mouth at this point of my vegan journey. But that's what we're trying to do with lab meat. Just basically grow animal cells without brains, without the central nervous system, without them being sentient ever, blah, blah, blah. So if you could do that without creating rights violations anywhere else, that would be a vegan meat, absolutely vegan chunk of meat, right? Or you could eat like fucking mushroom steaks instead. You could eat TVP instead. You can eat like lentils, tofu, beans, seitan, Jesus.
Issue more so comes from the
You can eat Jesus if you want, but it just seems to be not real.
situation. When we talk about, because you're talking about everyone should buy a cow and have that cow in the house. In order for that happen, you need to have an industry
I need a haircut.
produces cows, right? Treats them like that, like an object.
My
Also,
hair.
You'd have to pay that industry.
All right.
Noah, he said that everyone should have a cow for milk. Then he has to be okay with
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think for that to happen, physically create the same industry that you're complaining of, right? Because you'd still have all those cows that are being born unnecessarily, that are artificially inseminated, and it's not about the fact that it's unnatural, but
I have in the past. I have a picture with like a 3mm hair, like this. It wasn't totally shaven, but like that, my entire head. It looked cool. It looked weird. It looked cool. It looked interesting. Very non-binary. That's for sure. I actually did it for my photography final project, which was on like gender expression, all of that stuff. That was like the main gender identity, mostly like identity as a whole as well. That was the thread of my final project photography. So I shaved my head in order to like use my body as the representative of gender questions. Let's just say like that. Well, it's not about IQ, right? It's not about how smart they are. It's the ability to experience life and feel pain. Again, just like SpaceX. It's just like SpaceX. It's just like a matter of it would be really helpful for you to just like, once you have this thought, you're welcome to ask it, by the way, but like once you have that thought, just like to also ask yourself, well, what happens if I replace the victim with a human analog, right? If instead of like asking about whether if cows can't pass IQ, would that be okay to kill them? Just put a baby in there, a human baby. Would the human baby be able to pass a IQ test? I don't think so, right? Would it justify exploitation and slaughter of that baby? I don't think so. I think that would be immoral because the baby, an already sentient baby, has like already, like in my opinion, this some kind of an intrinsic property where it's not okay to take their life. You know, and that property is sentience. Once they're sentient, once they're experiencing life, everything starts to matter. The ability to experience stuff around them, even the potential, because like human babies, they are born much less cooked, quote unquote, than animal babies, right? Like animal babies immediately get up, immediately start running around, immediately, like a lot of them immediately open their eyes and all of that shit. Human babies wake up like really, really fucking defenseless, right? They're born really defenseless. But once they're sentient, once they're born, they have all this potential to become somebody that experiences life around them. They have like this this like entire world waiting for them, right? And they already feel pain. They already like feel like basic emotions like be scared, be joyous, all of those things. What about abortion? Well, abortion, here's the thing, right? Most vegans would agree that abortion before the being is sentient is totally fine, because then you're talking about a clump of cells. And I don't know why we should consider even the potential of a clump of cells or like a collection of cells. Now, once the fetus is sentient, right? That's where we say, yeah, now we should start considering having like a moral consideration for that fetus, right? Because now they're sentient. Well, that starts at 19 to 23 weeks of life. But even then, there are some cases where we accept that it's okay to kill a sentient being when there is overriding emergence, right? Like when there are like overriding reasons for it. And for instance, if the mother who's carrying the already sentient baby is in danger for life, right? It's tragic, but I think it's justified to kill that sentient baby in order for this fully fledged, fully grown up, fully potentialized being could survive, right? Like if, especially since usually when those decisions are made, they're made because both of them would die, right? So there are overriding contexts where it's at least justifiable. It's never good, right? Or at least justifiable to kill a sentient being. For instance, on the proverbial deserted island, right? Like it's you and another person. I don't know if I would probably not take the life of that person, but like in order to survive, I'll probably starve to death. I don't know. I'm just like too much of a coward and too much of a feeling person. But it would be like somewhat justified to like kill an already like, I don't know, injured person and subsist on their body. It wouldn't be good, right? You've killed the being. But it would be somewhat justified for you to like survive, right? And becomes a moral question. It's called a moral dilemma. When both decisions are bad, both decisions are shitty, but you decide in the best one, right? You choosing the one that like creates like the least rights violations, or the one that like increases survival and shit like that. But to the point of most abortions, they are done when a being is not sentient, and therefore thinking of the potential of that being is weird. It's a category error, you know. I have good Christian morals. I don't think so. I think most Christians wouldn't say that. But also, I'm an atheist. Not only am I an atheist, I'm an anti-theist. I'm not against theists, but I am against theism. I think it creates a lot of issues, a lot of problems in the world. And I think the most problems that it creates is just like, it wastes the human brain, in my opinion. I think a lot of people who are following some kind of a theistic structure, they have very little ability to actually reason, because the theism creates a scenario where you just follow a set of rules and you are taught not to question. And I think that's a waste of a human mind, a beautiful, fantastic human mind. And so, therefore, I'm an anti-theist, but I try to be cool and reasonable with everybody. you know.
You've been spending a lot of time with them. Hi, KO.
Man, we must play TD balloons together. God damn it, it's so fucking addictive game. What the hell, man?
Oh, balloon tower defense.
What?
The balloon tower defense?
Yeah. It's
a good time.
Yeah.
It's a good time waste game, yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta bake another cake today. I had a chocolate, I had the ingredients for a double chocolate cake I've done yesterday, and I've added more chocolate into it. So you could call it a triple chocolate cake.
I haven't been hungry because I've been sick. And so yesterday I just like ate a bunch of bullshit just to get some calories in so that I don't like fucking waste and then become like this vegan cliche. But yeah, I've been really wanting some chocolate, but I couldn't find anything that is like vegan and screams to me. So like going to a store and just like staring at the cookie aisle. Just couldn't find anything, so I bought a non-chocolate cookies, but that's okay. What are we not getting? Sorry, Cheeky.
Eat the cake.
Confusing conventional slaughter with halal. Conventional slaughter is perfectly humane. Animals don't feel pain, so maybe rethink demonizing all meat. Oh, let me ask you a question, Cheeky. If it's so humane, are you volunteering to be killed in the same way? If it's so humane, are you volunteering to be killed in the same way? Because we're not talking just about the pain of slaughter, right? We're talking about taking sentient life. We're against taking sentient life. You may be sentient, right? As far as I know, as far as I can deduce. Is it okay for me to take your life in the same... I'll accept your premise that it doesn't hurt to be shot in the head, or to get electrocuted, or to get gassed to death, or to get stunned by gassing, right? I'll assume that that doesn't hurt. I'll grant that to you. Is it okay for me to take your life that way? Why wouldn't they? They don't give a shit about animals. SpaceX. Why wouldn't they? Welfare is like unfounded anyways, right? Like if you shoot an animal in the head, it hurts. Can you imagine getting shot in the head? Especially like in like conventional slaughterhouses, they like miss the brain many times. Like 25% of the time, was it the thing? I'm not someone who gives in that easy, but it doesn't matter, you know, like, did you see the cow thing? Cattle slaughter. So they're not giving them the chance, right? They're not giving them, no, can we see, there, right? They're putting him in the machine. Well, this has happened to be, I think, either halal or kosher machine, right? But they do it to shoot them in the head. They do the same thing. They put them in a machine and they don't give them a chance. So answer the question, like, assume that I'm doing the same thing as I'm doing to the cow to restrain them. I'm gonna do the same to you, right? Assume that hypothetically. Is it okay for me to take your life? By the way, it's a yes or no. Right? Look, humane. It's also humane. Damn. Something humane is happening here. Can you answer my question, please? Is it humane for me to do the same thing to you, non-halal way? You're not sure if it's okay for me to take your life in a non-halal way? Well, until you are sure, surely you should stop paying for that. Right? Even if you don't eat beef, right? You eat other animals. You think that chickens killed in a non-halal way, right? How's it going? They run through electrocution first. they run through the bath of electrocution, and then they run through the blade across their necks. And a lot of them dodge. So a lot of them aren't even stunned when they're slaughtered. Because the chickens can move their heads, right? Weird. Sentient animals can move their head. So until you're not sure if it's okay to slaughter you in a non-halal way, maybe you should stop paying for the slaughter of animals as well, right? Is what I'm trying to say. Maybe later you will become sure and you say, no, yeah, it's totally okay to slaughter me, Chiki, in a non-halal way. It would be totally okay to take my life right now, by the way, not when you're in old age, right now. And then you can regain your ability to pay for slaughter. But until then, maybe you should stop first. You know, eat fucking tofu instead. Eat chickpeas instead. Humane electric bath, yeah. Actually, do we have like videos for I have to use the industry words in order for them to. This is chicken hatchery. Where's the broiler slaughter? They're not gonna show slaughter, are they? They're just gonna show the dismemberment. They're not likely to show slaughter. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, they're not even showing, right? They're not even showing while they're wet. They're not even showing pieces of, look at that fucking AI monstrosity, Jesus Christ, bro. This AI monstrosity is horrific. Can you see this? Let me show you this. This AI monstrosity. They've like fully, with their guts open and like fully awake chickens. Fully like sentient chickens. This AI bullshit. Jesus Christ, bruh. It's terrible. There's nothing happening in the thing. Well, here's the thing. That's why I specified, right? In the context of you being young and healthy, the way animals are. They're young and healthy. Did you know the chickens are like 40 to 60 days old when they're slaughtered? So young and healthy, not terminally ill. Is it okay for me to slaughter you in the non-halal option? In a non-halal way? And by the way, also, even if you're terminally ill, are you sure you're just gonna walk into a slaughterhouse and say, yeah, kill me the way they kill the chickens, electrocute me first, and then cut my throat open and let me bleed out to death? Or would you prefer like taking a bunch of drugs and going to sleep? I don't even believe you that you would choose that option as a terminally ill person to be slaughtered in a non-halal way. To be shot in the head, most likely, right? You would be likely to be slaughtered the way cows are slaughtered. Shot in the head, and then have your throat slit open. So... Oh... There's nothing going on in there. Hello, what's up? How are we?
Hello.
How you doing? Oh, shit. Who's doing the door knocking noises? Is that something on my side?
It's a soundboard.
Oh shit! Fuck! That fucked with me real crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
really
it went-
horrible.
It went to my one ear and then the other ear, and it was crazy. It was insane.
Yeah.
So no more non-vegans, you know. That's a shame. That's a
Actually,
shame.
today I was rooting for the last declaration of the year, but today is horrible day. Maybe all of them were dishonest.
Yeah, kind of seemed that way. Yeah. That's a shame. That's a blooming
Yeah.
shame. Yeah, Rich, I'm okay. I think I'm gonna get off the internet for the day. I don't know. I think I had enough. I'm still a little sick.
Yeah, I will go to the party also.
Yeah.
Vegan New Year party.
Oh, that's cool. I'm probably not gonna do anything. I'm probably gonna fall asleep because I'm so sick. And also, I don't drink, so it's like celebrating this holidays. I don't celebrate
Yeah.
any holidays anyways.
You mean physically or psychologically sick? Like because of the outfits, you're burnt out a little bit, or just physically?
Both, but like physically mostly right now, but both, still like hopeless and trying. Hopeless and trying, let's just say like that. Alright, see you guys later. Chip is live, then you should definitely go there, showing off Alps. Well, to definitely go to Chip's stream. Alright guys, I'm just gonna stop streaming then. I'll see you next time. Wait, before I go. Life sucks because of capitalism. Everyone's getting used and thrown around. So a few rich folks can make a buck. Yeah, and you giving them your money. You willfully giving them your money to all those animal agriculture corporations that also slaughter trillions of animals per year. Why? Why are you doing that? You would better be giving your money to the chickpea farmer. Hold on. If I let you free range, is it okay for me to slaughter you at a young age? I don't understand what this free range myth is. It's a bit of it may be improvement in welfare, but it's still highly unethical. Listen, Chicky, I don't understand why we're even having this debate in 2025. We very obviously should be giving animals the right to life. We shouldn't be breeding, exploiting, and slaughtering them. For stuff that is unnecessary. Eating chickpeas directly is obviously, or eating whole plants directly, is obviously the more humane, more ethical solution. And we should grant all those animals, we should liberate them from our exploitation and grant them rights. Grant them the rights to not be exploited and slaughtered. It's very, very obvious in the year 2025. If you are like, fuck capitalism, you should stop paying to those industries that manipulate, lie, pay off, that are like a burden on society, a burden on tax paying, that steal your money while telling you that you have to continue to buy this product. It's obviously the most unethical industry on planet Earth is animal agriculture. Very, very obviously, just by the numbers of how many sentient animals they slaughter and how much they degrade our environment and just like kill people as well, right? It's just like increases the risks of so many diseases. So eating free range, in what way does that help the animal who's sent to the slaughter? But also, please look in what free range actually fucking means. The increase in welfare is maybe tiny. Maybe. They're still slaughtered at the end of the day. They're still exploited throughout the rest of their lives. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Or ma'am, or non-binary person. Excuse me. What right do you have to pay for the exploitation and slaughter of animals while also talking about human rights? I think you should shut the fuck up until you actually put gender fluid, okay. Until you actually put your actions where your mouth is and stop paying for animal rights violations by the trillions they are violated. You are paying into the worst fucking industry on planet Earth with the most amount of victims, and then you come in here and cry about how shitty that system is. You are paying into it. You're paying to the worst one. What right do you have to come and cry about capitalism? Space FX is trying to trigger us. Thank you for your consideration, Space FX, but that's clearly not true. It's like, I exist. Cheeky exists. So this clearly doesn't comport with reality. You stating that is just like, thank you for your opinion, I guess. Like, it's just like, based on what? Not sure. No, you can fucking stop. The system is pushing you by telling you to continue buying this product. You can just stop buying this product. You can just stop. Female is not a gender, that's a sex, sir. You can just stop buying the product. You stop paying. Yeah, push back, grow a spine, and stop paying for obviously the most egregious rights violations of our times. And then I'll respect your comments about capitalism in any fucking kind of way. Until then, holy shit. You paying for it and saying, oh, I don't have a choice. The fuck you don't. You can go plant-based and you can stop paying for the absolutely obvious, absolutely egregious rights violations. Push back, grow a spine, stand up for something that you believe in. All right, I guess that's enough. Peace out.